Hello guys, I'm Deepak Singla, a registered migration agent from Bliss Immigration. Today we're going to discuss about 191 visa. This visa, what's the eligibility requirement? How can we access this visa? What are the conditions attached to this visa? We will discuss everything in detail today. So let's dive into it. So if you have a look on my screen, this is a permanent visa. The cost of the visa by the Department of Home Affairs. This is the government fees. And now let's look at the eligibility criteria. So in order to get this visa, you first need to have an eligible visa. So you cannot get this visa without having any of these visas. And these visas are subclass 491 or subclass 494. And also you need to hold these visas for at least 3 years before you even become eligible to apply for this visa. So these things needs to be simultaneously having these visas and need to hold this visa for at least 3 years before even applying. The other key requirement is you need to satisfy the income requirement. Now, in simple terms, you need to lodge the tax return of every year for 3 years while you're here in Australia, and there is no minimum income requirement. So even if you're earning, let's suppose $1 or $2, you just need to lodge your tax return. That's it. And this is the main key requirement for this visa. You comply with the conditions of your eligible visa. So these visa, so the visa we discussed earlier, 491 or 494, which you need to have before even applying for this visa. And these visas come with some conditions called like 8578, 79, 8579, 8580. Today we will discuss specifically about 8579, which essentially means that while having these visas, you need to live, work, and study in the regional area which is designated, which when you were invited by the state, that were, the state told you to live in this area, you need to live in that regional area only. Say, for example, if you're here in Victoria and you're living in any regional area such as Mildura, you can't just come to Melbourne and start working here or even studying here. This condition applies not only to you, but if you came with your partner, and your partner is acting as a secondary applicant, they also need to comply with the conditions of this visa. And if you breach the visa conditions of these 491 or 494 visa, the department can cancel your visa. So you need to be careful, especially about living, working, and studying in regional area only. But let's suppose if you go overseas, the department has issued, or MIA has, which is Migration Institute of Australia, which is the body that represent a migration agent. They inquired for the clarification regarding what if the person or the applicant goes overseas. Now, the department has issued clarity that even if the applicant is working or living overseas, that's fair enough. They are not breaching the condition because they are not going to Australian metropolitan cities. So let's suppose, by giving an example, if you're living overseas for 6 months and then you came back here, you lived here for 2.5 years, but you studied, worked, and lived in regional area, you complied with the visa conditions. So if you want to know further about any other details, how to lodge this visa, if you're already on a 491 visa and you want to know further about these details, you can contact us at our office. I'm Deepak Singla, registered migration agent. We will be happy to assist you. Thank you so much.